Welcome. Thank you for joining Kate and I for the pre-primary information session.
First, we would like to respectfully acknowledge the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation as the traditional owners of the land on which we stand and pay our respect to elders past, present and emerging. It is upon their ancestral lands here on the Bay of Minderup on the Derbarl Yerrigan that Methodist Ladies College stands. We acknowledge the contributions of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Australians and non-Indigenous Australians to the education of all children and people in this country.
What does an education at MLC look like? Education at MLC encompasses the whole child, where educators nurture each child in all areas of a student's development, their cognitive, physical, social and emotional sides, to ensure that we individually motivate all of our learners. We model, we discuss and provide opportunities for the girls to demonstrate our college values and encourage each girl to strive for their heights.
So, to receive communication from the college, this will be your one-stop shop, the My MLC portal. You'll be able to find the handbook and the Wyvern, which will give you a lot of information week to week about all the goings-on at the college.
One of the other communication modes you will get is called Connect, or sometimes also referred to as Sector. This is where you will find your daughter's timetable, their academic reports, and feedback on your daughter's learning. Sector, or Connect, is also available on a mobile device. More information about using Connect will be shared with you as the year develops and over this term. We understand that this is a new platform for pre-primary parents, and please be assured we'll walk you through it initially.
Okay, so the college calendar is another place to go to find out really important things that might be coming up in the community. You can hit the subscribe button that's circled there to see what's happening around the college. We also include this reference, a link to this in our weekly overview, which we will receive at the start of every week.
You can also download the MLC app. This is a great spot where you'll find everything you need all in one place. It can be installed via Google Play or the App Store. If you have any difficulties, you can also visit Junior Year's reception and Mrs. McClarity can help you there.
Okay, so we're going to start now introducing you to the philosophy of teaching in pre-primary. You can see here we've got something, we refer to this as the zone of proximal development. And it refers to learning alongside others, alongside peers and alongside teachers. And this supports our view of the school as a social cultural experience. You can see that the light purple circle on the right, this is the zone where the students can do and understand on their own, and it refers to their independent working level. The green circle in the centre, that's the zone of proximal development. These are the things that a student can do and learn with help, and we refer to that as scaffolding, teacher scaffolding or peer scaffolding. And the dark purple circle on the left, we refer to that as the end of year curriculum goals. So those are the things that we are working towards with the girls over the year. And it also refers to the extension and challenge opportunities. It's things that the girls cannot do yet that they're on the edge of knowing. And the multi-ability grouping that we do in pre-primary supports peer scaffolding. We recognise the diverse strengths and abilities of the girls in the cohort, and we plan appropriately for this to happen. And you'll notice that groups will be fluid. They're going to change based on abilities, based on interests, and they'll also be fluid across the curriculum areas. And you'll see repetition while some skills are being consolidated. We're going to be looking for the girls being able to apply these skills and knowledge across various contexts.
The pre-primary learning environment and the materials provided within it ensure that the girls have an opportunity to work at the edge of competency so that their personal outcomes are the expected reality. So within our pre-primary learning environment, we have concrete materials. They're interchangeable. They reflect the students' interests, but they also reflect students' abilities. So we create open-ended materials so that we can work at each student's individual level.
So we'll talk a little bit about the curriculum areas of the pre-primary curriculum. So in the junior years, we implement predominantly the West Australian curriculum, which is referred to as the School Curriculum and Standards Authority, or SCASA. We are working in the foundation level for maths, English, humanities and social sciences, science, health, and digital and design technologies. And we also incorporate elements of the Australian curriculum where appropriate, as well as the practices and principles of the early years learning framework. Research-based best practices are also embedded in our teaching and learning programs.
So just having a look at our timetable. The timetable is based on a 10-day cycle. So we have days 1 to 5, which is week A, and days 6 to 10, which is week B. The timetable is a wonderful way or an easy way for you to find out which uniform your daughter should be wearing on each day. On PE days, they need to wear their PE uniform. So when PE is scheduled, they need to wear their PE uniform to school. All other days, they wear their formal uniform. On dance days, the girls need to bring their dance gear with them, and they will get changed into their dance uniform during their dance lesson.
And the PPF timetable. Both of these documents have been emailed to all families at the start of the year when we gave a lot of welcome information. And we would really encourage you, keep a copy at home and discuss each morning with your daughter and talk about what's happening each day. These conversations that you have at home actually support the girls learning about time and sequencing days of the week and sequencing daily events in their lives at school.
You will see on the timetable that some sessions are scheduled as essential learning. Maths and English is referred to as essential learning experiences targeting literacy and mathematical skills to support the development of critical thinking and higher order conceptual understandings in these curriculum areas. In English, we have a three-pronged approach using our PLD program, which stands for Promoting Literacy Development. The first prong is oral language, and this refers to the act of speaking and listening. The main components of oral language skill set include word knowledge, such as vocabulary, working on their vocabulary, sentence structure, grammar, and and language understanding, working on their comprehension understanding. And structured thinking to elaborate, organise and sequence their thoughts. Another area is motor and movement, which encompasses development of their perceptual motor skills. Perceptual motor focuses on the physical skills required to perform many classroom tasks, such as cutting and using correct cutting skills with their scissors, using a proper grip on their pencil, their letter formations and starting at the correct starting point, and fine motor tasks such as zipping up a bag, doing up their shoes, doing up buttons. And last one was literacy, which involves skills relating to reading, spelling, phonics and writing.
So to tie into that literacy strand of our three-pronged approach, we'll talk a little bit about the home reading program in pre-primary. This will start after the midterm exit in Term 1, and we're going to use some of our early Term 1 testing data that we've worked with the girls to send home their very first reading books. And these are subject to change very frequently as we assess the girls ongoing throughout the term and year to come. Some examples of books you might see are literature and comprehension books, which come with a comprehension question and answer guide. And when the girls are ready, they will bring home phonic or decodable texts such as Dandelion series, Fitzroy Readers, Funny Phonics and Little Learners, as well as levelled PM benchmark series. And we choose these books for the girls based on the appropriateness for their reading level. And reading at home is meant to be fun, so we want to encourage about 5 to 10 minutes per night, and you can refer to the personalised home learning reference that we put out each week in our weekly overview.
Another central learning area is mathematics. In pre-primary, we teach mathematical concepts using concrete materials. Manipulators not only allow students to construct their own cognitive models for abstract mathematical ideas and processes, but they also provide a common language to communicate these ideas with teachers and also with their peers. Developmentally appropriate hands-on use of concrete materials helps to consolidate mathematical concepts. In mathematics this year, you will see the girls using a lot of materials as they develop their number fluency and automaticity, and to move into mental strategies for counting and for early operations.
Okay, so moving from our essential subjects into our integrated learning subjects, these include HASS, for pre-primary it's history and geography, science, health, digital and design technologies. So in history this year, we're looking at personal and family histories, who the people in their family are, where they were born, how they're related, different family structures and groups, and also stories from the past and how they're communicated and how we celebrate important events as families. In geography, we're looking all at how people live in places, looking at where Australia is located on a globe, the places people live in and belong to and neighbourhoods, and the reason some places are special to some people and how we can look after them. In sciences, we have 4 different science strands. Earth and space sciences, our topic for pre-primary is daily and seasonal changes in our environment. Biological sciences, we will explore living things and their basic needs. In chemical sciences, we're going to look at objects and the materials that they're made of. And in physical sciences, the way objects move depending on a variety of factors, including looking at their size and shape. Okay.
Educators will monitor your daughter's learning and progress through ongoing assessment throughout the year. All students are provided with many opportunities to demonstrate their knowledge and understanding and their progress during intentional as well as incidental learning experiences. Some of the ways that we collect data for the girls to show their understanding and conceptual understanding is through diagnostic tests and checklists, through summative assessments, classroom observations, photos and work samples, as well as child interviews.
Okay, so we spoke a little bit about the home learning program earlier when we mentioned our timetable. Our personalised home learning program, it celebrates all learning that takes place outside of the school environment. And we want to emphasise again the importance of reading for pleasure rather than reading because it's compulsory. And keep an eye on our weekly overview because each week will include suggestions of home learning experiences that connect to and support what we're doing with our classroom inquiry learning. So keep an eye out for those sections as well.
Co-curricular. Information about co-curricular offerings are provided in the My MLC website. So if you would like for your daughter to take up a co-curricular offering, you can go to this website and it will tell you about what sorts of co-curricular activities are available for the students. We do have some that are available from pre-primary to year 2. It is a good idea to check at the beginning of each term or even before the start of each term, as these offerings could change, but also to ensure your daughter's place in a co-curricular activity.
Okay, also in pre-primary, you'll notice from the timetable, the girls have got many various specialist classes: music, PE, art, Chinese, dance, library and religious studies. And the specialist program supports the development of holistic learners across multiple different disciplines.
So the girls have music and have scheduled lessons 3 times per cycle with Mrs. Helen Beaton. You'll notice on her slide she does also talk about instrumental lessons, and if you are interested in your daughter taking up learning an instrument, then you'll find these slides really helpful, and it will give you a person to contact if you would like to discuss enrolling your daughter in an instrumental lesson.
In PE, the team leading the pre-primary girls this year are Mrs. Hops and Mrs. Gillies. You'll see there that it's broken up into the 4 terms and what the focus areas are for each term. And the girls will also have the chance to participate in 2 carnivals at the end of the year. In term 3, the athletics carnival, and term 4, the pre-primary girls join the year 1s and 2s for a swimming gala, which will be very exciting.
Very. The girls have visual arts once a week with Ms. Joanna Fellow-Smith, and she explores the art elements with them in her lessons.
Also, once a week, the girls participate in Chinese classes with Empress Wu in the Imperial Palace. And so the girls have the opportunity to learn lots of conversational Mandarin during their sessions with Wu Laoshi.
And girls have dance once a week as well with Mrs. Jan Urbini, where she uses expressive movement for the girls in their dance lessons.
And the last one, religious studies. This is Mr. Kyle Van Asselt, and he delves into some really big questions in his sessions with the girls, asking about what should we value, what makes a person great, and starts to teach them stories about Jesus.
And last one was library. So the girls go to library once a week, and this is a chance for them to take out their library books and then obviously return them each library session.
We've included some general information about pre-primary at the end of our presentation today. A lot of this information we have already provided to you at the start of the school year as we got going. So things that the girls need to pack every day. And also we wanted to make mention about developing independence. So we've already started to see the girls develop a lot more independent skills with minimal assistance in the mornings, getting their things unpacked, getting their belongings organised, and also getting used to getting changed for their different lessons as they do need to in dance. So yeah, have a read of that for a little bit more general information.
And the uniform. So in terms 1 and 4, the girls wear their summer uniform, and in winter, winter uniform in terms 2 and 3. Hair that is shoulder or longer than shoulder length needs to be tied up. In summer, that needs to be tied up with a white ribbon, and when they wear their winter uniform, that is with the MLC striped ribbon. Okay,
we've got a couple of pages of FAQs here. So we want to encourage you to go through these at your own leisure. Let us know if you have any further questions that haven't been addressed here, and you can contact us.
And as Kate just mentioned, you can contact us at any time if you have any questions or need to let us know something. We have provided our contact details here. Just something to note, if you need to contact another teacher in the college, there is a little formula. So the teacher's email is their initial followed by their surname. So for example, Carly Cross is kcross@mlc.wa.edu.au.
Okay, we'd just like to thank you now for taking the time to view our presentation and learn about all things pre-primary at MLC. Please get in touch with either myself or Cheryl if you have any other questions or comments about any of the info we've shared today. Thank you.
Thank you.